There's a moment I really love in my ranked games, those very first minutes, when my opening's quietly running and my coach is talking me through the game plan right there in my ears. I already know exactly what I've got to do before I've even made contact with my opponent. Today, I'm going to show you that moment. I'm W. I've been a passionate Age of Empires 2 player since I was a little kid, and I'm also the developer of AoE Coach.com. The reason I built this app is that, let's be real, when a game is just started, you don't have the time or the energy to read a big wall of analysis. And that's exactly the problem today's feature fixes.
Marco, the time has come. We must execute the mounted scout plan.
I'm ready. Let's do this. They won't know what hit them.
So this feature is the tactical audio briefing. When the coach analyzes a matchup, he doesn't just write his plan down, he actually tells it to you, out loud, for about 3 minutes. So what does that actually change? It means prepping costs you nothing anymore. The game launches, the app detects it, the analysis gets generated, and a few moments later the coach's voice comes through in your ears. And here's the part one really like. In the first few minutes of a game, you're always doing pretty much the same thing. Villagers on food, your scout starting to roam the map. Your hands are on autopilot, your eyes stay on the game, and your ears are listening to the plan. And what you hear is the plan in the order you'll actually experience it. The opening, what you do in the feudal age. The moments where your opponent is dangerous. The units that swing the matchup. It's a real coach's narration, built like a game plan being told to you, not some robotic reading of what's written on the screen. So how do you turn it on? Here's the nice part. There's nothing to turn on. Every matchup analysis has its own audio player. You just hit play, that's it. But the real convenience is the setting called Autoplay the Audio Briefing. In the settings, the briefing kicks off on its own the moment the analysis opens. And combined with automatic match detection, the one I showed you in a previous video, here's what you get. You launch your ranked game, and a few moments after the game starts, the coach's voice starts talking to you, without you touching a thing. And by the way, if you haven't seen that video on automatic match detection yet, you can click the top right of the screen to go to it, and the link's in the description too. And one honest little heads up while I'm at it. The very first time a matchup gets analyzed, generating the briefing can take 2 or 3 minutes of game time. After that, it's available right away. Alright, I'm not going to keep describing it, I'll just let you listen to it. I'm firing up the coaching for my next game, the analysis opens up. And there we go, he's starting.
Alright, we are up against the Britons, so let us keep our heads cool and play a balanced game here. Our main goal is to completely overwhelm them the very moment we hit the early Castle Age, using our unique immediate Cavalier power spike.
So that's the kind of plan you've got in your ears from the very first minutes of the game. For me, honestly, it's become a ritual. I barely read the whole analysis anymore. I listen to it while my opening's running, and I just keep an eye on the screen to check 2 or 3 details if I need to. And if you're following a build order by voice at the same time, just so you know, there's a setting to pick which of the 2 voices speaks first. I talked about it in my video on build order following, which you can also reach from the top right and in the description. The app is free to start. It's at AoE Coach.com. And tell me in the comments, when it comes to prepping your games, are you more team reading or team listening? Both of them are in the app and I'm genuinely curious what you'll say. And if you like this kind of format, subscribe and drop a like. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.